What's up? We're back on part 3. Alright, so this is random grain choir sign, and that's glass grain, the choir. Alright, so I'm gonna probably wrap this grain stuff up. However, I will say that there's 2 other grain engines. This is just random grain, as you see, it's like the dust particles. However, there's bacteria grain and mosaic grain. They don't have a spread like this. They're just grainy and it's phased. And as you go down in the footages, it zooms in closer on to what you're making. So basically it just zooms out as you go up on the footages, so the bricks get smaller in the mosaic images, and so does the bacteria and so on. And like so on these as well, but this is more dusty than anything. So let's jump to the choir. Do a little bit of singing. See if we can get it to. Excuse me again. I swear the air in here is quite dry these days. Alright, grain choir. Same redundant bullshit. 0 and 16 on the pulse width. That's 0 on the 1, 16 on the 2. Take FM source for oscillator 1, set it to oscillator 2. Crank it up a bit. Well, actually it's got an amp. Add a little bit of that release on there. And we'll also set up the bandpass radio. So whenever we want to drive this motherfucker, we can. Get behind the wheel. Oops. Shit. Alright. 59, 13, bows. Didn't mean to do that. Set that up for 6. Excuse me again. Take a sip from the potion. Alright. Bring in the FM oscillator 1. Glass grain choir. He's starting to sing a little bit now. See, you're just zooming in on the phone ons. That's what you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're just zooming in on them because it's random grain, granular, so it's grain. It's a phone on, a sound particle. I guess you would want to call these phonons as well. Call it that. But there's different shapes and blah blah blah, right? But there's different shapes of sound waves, so I would imagine that sound particles would have shapes as well. So this would be granular on the zoomed into the maximum level on particle tip. So that's what the particles engine would technically be, another form of grain. So we add that in as a 4. That's pretty cool. So let's put the bandpass radio on it and see if we can tune into a good station. Singing. Do you hear her singing? On glass grains. Turn back to random. I knew it was coming, excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat, y'all. I don't know what the hell is up with this air. It's like dry as fuck here. I'm about to get a humidifier. Shit. I don't know what it is, man. Alright. Random grain, glass grain. Understand this one key thing. The glass is solid. The random grain is like sand that gets blown around. The glass is a solidified version of that. Change it back to glass grain. Coming out kinky. Like singing type of piano type sound, but like, you know, you would have to set up dynamics if you wanted to be more specifically geared toward a piano, but the harmonic content is that of some type of piano, one that probably does not exist in the human realm, and if it did, it'd be made by some master of craft in instrument making. I would definitely want to throw that in there as a comment. So, like I said, this is probably the last episode for this random grain stuff. We'll probably do some other tricks with it, like maybe resonators, some phase and stuff like that, because combining engines is something I want to get into, so I can show you guys how to manipulate and do stuff with the programs, and you can have multiple stuff in here, multiple programs in here, and you can manipulate any type of stipulation between how this behaves with this, and how this acts, and this with that, and this, and whoa, and wow, and whoa, and you know what I mean? The myriad of stuff that you can do. Random grain with the glass grain, and it combines the bright with the dark, and it just makes this in between yin yang symbol type of ordeal. It sings in perfect harmony. You know, there's really not too much more to really get into as far as that's concerned. But like we were manipulating the grain clouds, so the random grain is more of like a cloudy, like I said, separated cloud of phonons, because a photon is a light particle, a phonon is a sound particle. Okay, that's what that is. So you're manipulating it. Now this one is glass grain. Let's see what a resonator, if we could shatter some glass. Let's put the saw on it. Let's see what it chop it up with the saw, hacksaw. Yeah, all the like sound particles are just singing in unison because the resonator is like resonating with it. It's like, that's what it is. Sound is resonance. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, all sound is noise perceived. You know that. You know the diagrams, huh? Where are my banknotes at? I got them, baby. I got them. All sound is noise. Huh? Our ears filter out the certain frequencies or specific ones, and this is how we identify or perceive sound. Told you that. Sound has color. All noise has colors too. Same rainbow spectrum. Same rainbow spectrum as the chakra system. You know that. Brown to purple, man. You know I'm back nuts, baby. I'm giving you. I got this guap for you. You know I break bread, baby. I'm breaking bread, man. All right. The secrets to Pandora's box. Now let's run some phase. Let's run some phase tricks. Let's trick this whore out on the avenue. Of the grand choir, splitting the choir up, because you know it's like two rows of goddamn, I don't even know what. They're all praising something though, raise it and praise it, right? So that's how you use the phase engine in conjunction with that. But let's actually invert that. Let's put the grand choir on top. We'll put the grand choir on top of this. Okay, glass grand choir. What's up, son? On top of oh damn, on top of the phase. If I can find it. How was school, buddy? Good. Cool, man. Oops. All right. Let me just put this on top. Sorry. Here it goes. I got food in the oven, man. I got chicken in there, baked chicken. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this video up and go talk to my son real quick. Check him out and see how his day was at school. Got some shata. Yeah, that's how that works. We'll get into more combining some stuff and explaining stuff and getting into more topics. So I hope you guys enjoyed this last episode of Random Grain. I think the next episode, without further ado, will be bacteria grain and mosaic grain. I don't know which order I'll do them in, but we'll just knock all the granular systems out, and I'll also maybe reiterate a bit on particles, and I'll make sure that I have resonators and random grain, glass grain, bacteria, mosaic, and the particles and some other things all loaded in here at the same time, using the magic wheels that we have created to take our Blofeld to the next level. I appreciate you tuning in and patronage. I will be back on the flip.